Beneath the vibrant canopy of an ancient forest, not all secrets are whispered by the wind. Some lie buried deeper, waiting for the right moment to emerge. Join us on an expedition into a wild heart, where an unexpected discovery forces two individuals to confront a hidden truth. This journey will reveal a side of nature and humanity they never imagined. The jungle always keeps its own counsel, until now. In the emerald heart of Tambopada National Reserve, Peru, where ancient trees stretch to touch the sky and the songs of birds echo like an endless symphony of life, a story began. This narrative isn't just about the magnificent wildness of nature, but also about the silent battles fought by humans, secrets buried deep beneath a facade of tranquility. Rachel, with his tall, calm demeanor and eyes as sharp as a hawk's, was a seasoned park ranger at Tambopada. He was always the first to notice even the slightest anomaly in the forest. Alongside him was Alice, a woman with neatly braided hair, sun-kissed skin, and a warm smile like the morning sun. Alice possessed an instinctive connection with all creatures and a compassionate heart for the local communities. They were a perfectly matched pair, trusting each other implicitly and committed to their mission of protecting Earth's green lungs. On that particular day, a call from a small village by the forest led them on a seemingly simple task: to find a missing cow belonging to the old farmer Miguel. The cow, named Barroso, was famous for its distinctive striped coat and was a valuable asset to his family. Though it was a routine search, something in Miguel's worried voice made Rachel and Alice uneasy. Both had a gut feeling that this trip wouldn't be straightforward. The morning sun filtered through the leaves, creating dancing patterns of light on the damp trail. Rachel led the way, his eyes constantly scanning both sides of the path, analyzing every footprint, every broken branch. Alice followed, listening to the rustling whispers of the forest, feeling every breeze that passed. After a few hours, Rachel stopped abruptly. A strong, unpleasant odor wafted through the air. It was the smell of death and decomposition, a scent too powerful to be from just a small animal. This smell, something's not right, Alice, Rachel said in a low voice. Alice nodded, her face turning grim. Definitely not a typical Barroso starvation. This smell, it's much larger. They cautiously ventured deeper into a more dense part of the forest. The sight that greeted them made both rangers hold their breath. Lying sprawled across the trail, abnormally swollen, was a colossal anaconda. It was dead, and what chilled them even more was the unmistakable silhouette of the missing cow, Barroso, clearly visible beneath its taut skin. The anaconda had swallowed the cow whole. "Oh my God," Alice whispered, her voice choked. Despite having witnessed many harsh realities of nature, this scene still stunned them. Rachel moved closer, his gaze focused on the snake's belly. There was a strange, uneven bulge, unlike the shape of a cow. "There's something else inside," Rachel said, his face tightening. "Not just Barroso." With utmost care, they began to examine it. Rachel used his field knife to make a small incision. The putrid smell that emanated made them wrinkle their noses, but nothing could deter their professional curiosity. And then, a dark, soggy object began to emerge. It was an old, muddy backpack, stained with digestive fluids. As Rachel pulled the backpack out, it felt strangely heavy. Neither of them could have imagined that within its dirty fabric lay a shocking secret, a truth that could shake the entire Tambopada Reserve to its core. The heavy backpack rested in Rachel's hands. Both rangers brought it to a small clearing, quiet enough for them to examine it thoroughly. The scent of the dense forest intertwined with the pungent smell of the anaconda still lingered in the air, but now their minds were entirely consumed by this mysterious object. "Definitely not a lost hiker's bag," Alice murmured as she turned the backpack over. The straps were sturdy, the material waterproof, looking like gear for someone who worked in the jungle. With careful hands, Rachel unzipped the backpack. Inside, damp and tinged with a grayish-green hue, was a bundle of documents wrapped in a thin plastic sheet. He slowly unfolded them. The first thing that caught their eyes were detailed topographical maps, not typical tourist maps. Pristine forest areas, core zones forbidden from exploitation, were marked in red pen. There were newly drawn trails, heavy machinery staging points, and even arrows indicating timber transport routes. "This is," Alice whispered, her eyes wide as she looked at the maps. "A plan. An illegal logging operation plan." Rachel's heart pounded. This plan wasn't from small-time loggers. It was meticulously crafted, large-scale, targeting vital areas of the reserve. Next were papers listing equipment and personnel, handwritten names, aliases, and even cryptic codes. Then came the most chilling part, a small, old voice recorder tucked among the papers. Rachel pressed play. The crackle of water-damaged audio sounded, then gradually became clearer. They were recorded conversations, whispered exchanges full of coded language. "Are you sure Sector B7 is clear? The old man's patrol won't come near," a rough male voice said. "Don't worry, I've taken care of it. The goods will be moved out on the new moon next week. Remember your cut," another voice replied, deep and calm. Alice suddenly gasped. "Wait, that voice." She reached out a trembling hand to touch the recorder, her face pale. That deep, calm voice, the one orchestrating the entire plan, was unmistakable. It was Chief Ranger Mateo, the man Alice had always respected, who had guided her from her first days on the job. Mateo, who had taught her about the importance of protecting this forest, was the very person selling it out. This personal betrayal hit Alice like a lightning bolt. With tears welling in her eyes, she looked at Rachel, her gaze filled with anguish and fury. Rachel, no less shocked, placed a hand on Alice's shoulder. Mateo was a legend among rangers, a symbol of integrity, but irrefutable evidence lay before them. The backpack's whisper had exposed a network of corruption and betrayal embedded within the very system they served. The twilight descended, painting the forest in crimson hues, but Rachel and Alice's minds remained clouded by the darkness of the truth that had just been uncovered. The weight of this information pressed heavily on their shoulders. Rachel, analytical and pragmatic, recognized the immense danger they were in. It wasn't just external illegal loggers, but also worms within their own Ranger Corps, individuals who would do anything to protect their secrets. His top priority was securing the evidence, knowing they needed an ironclad case to confront such a powerful internal force. Alice, though still reeling from Mateo's betrayal, felt her fierce love for the forest and her sense of justice grow stronger than ever. She could not let these people destroy the reserve she had dedicated her life to protect. However, personal pain and disappointment still lingered in her mind. "How could he do this?" she whispered. "He's the one who taught me to love this forest." Rachel looked at Alice, his eyes full of empathy. "I know, Alice, but right now, we don't have time for those questions. We need a plan." They knew they couldn't act rashly. Every step had to be carefully calculated. Immediate disclosure could put their lives in mortal danger, not only from the criminals, but also from their own compromised colleagues. They decided to discreetly gather more intelligence, trying to identify other key players in the network without exposing themselves. They began to operate in stealth, every conversation a whisper, every action carefully concealed. The jungle, once a safe haven, now felt like a cage, with unseen eyes watching from within. There were moments when fear and doubt crept into Alice's mind. "Can we really do this, Rachel?" she asked one night, her voice heavy with exhaustion. "I wish we had never found that backpack." Rachel squeezed her hand. "We can't turn our backs on the truth, Alice. Tom Bopita needs us, and no matter how difficult it gets, we'll find a way." That moment of doubt quickly vanished as they looked into each other's eyes, solidifying their shared commitment. They needed to find a trustworthy external contact within the broader park management or an environmental agency, someone with enough authority and integrity whom they could discreetly approach without alerting the insiders. This would be the toughest battle of their careers, but they were not alone. Steely determination and seamless coordination guided Rachel and Alice through weeks of intense pressure. They didn't rush. With undeniable evidence in hand, They discreetly contacted a high-ranking official of the National Park Service, Ms. Elena Rios, a woman renowned for her integrity and an unyielding environmental advocate. The meeting took place in a secluded room in a city far from Tambopata, where no one could observe or eavesdrop. Rachel presented the maps, lists, and the water-damaged but still clear audio recordings. Alice added details about the internal connections she recognized, recounting the disappointment and pain of her mentor's betrayal. Ms. Rios listened without a word, her face grim. When the audio tape finished, she let out a heavy sigh. "Thank you both. You have put yourselves in immense danger, but you have done the right thing. Tambopata owes you a great debt." The information from Rachel and Alice sent shockwaves through the system. A secret, large-scale investigation was launched immediately. The evidence they had gathered was sufficient to initiate legal proceedings. In the following weeks, the first arrests were made. The illegal logging network began to crumble. Chief Ranger Mateo was apprehended along with many other accomplices. News spread quickly throughout Tambopata and surrounding areas. For many, it was a huge shock, especially when learning about Mateo's involvement. But for honest rangers and local communities who always lived in harmony with the forest, it was a new glimmer of hope. Although the path to justice was still long and complex, dismantling this large-scale illegal logging operation was a resounding victory. Rachel and Alice, though profoundly changed by their ordeal, stood firm. They weren't publicly celebrated as loud heroes, but in the hearts of the people of Tambopata and their genuine colleagues, they were quiet heroes, symbols of courage and unwavering integrity. Their story isn't just about finding a cow or exposing a criminal enterprise. It's a tale of faith, a deep connection to nature and to what is right, and about gentle yet lasting solutions, forged from the bravest of actions. It's a reminder that even in the deepest darkness, a spark of truth and integrity can ignite, guiding the future of a forest, of a world. The story of Tambopata, of Rachel and Alice, isn't just a thrilling adventure. It's a powerful reminder that our planet's precious wild spaces are under constant threat. Their protection relies on the unwavering courage of individuals like them. Their journey, from searching for a lost cow to uncovering a massive corruption ring, is a testament to the fact that even the smallest threads can unravel the biggest secrets. It shows us that in every circumstance, no matter how difficult, there's always a way to do what's right, to stand up for what you believe in. We invite you to be a part of this vital conversation. If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel for more true stories of resilience and hope, and share this video with anyone who believes in protecting our wild world. Let's continue to shine a light on the heroes who fight for our planet, one forest, one river, one animal at a time. What part of Rachel and Alice's story inspired you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below.